Imagine being dropped off on an island in the middle of the San Francisco Bay. You're 1.5 miles away from shore, 121 feet above sea level, and the water around you is very choppy and aggressively cold year round. Would you try to escape the island? There were 14 known cases of 36 different people who attempted an escape from the island. This island is known as Alcatraz. Those who were trying to escape were prisoners. These prisoners, there were no successful attempts, as they either drowned, were shot and killed by guards, some were captured and sent back to their cells, and others went missing, presumably drowned. They had no equipment, they had no way to guide themselves back to San Francisco. In media, in Hollywood, film, TV, Alcatraz is known as the Rock. 5 years ago, I had the opportunity to visit San Francisco, and I can tell you why it was named the Rock. As you look out into the bay, you see a large island. Looks like a rock, very concrete color, brown in color. However, there's so much history behind that island. And that is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to take you on a walk through history with me. Alcatraz was a place that I thought just was a prison, but I was wrong. Alcatraz served as a multi-purpose operation for the U.S. military. It did serve as a home for some of the most notorious and dangerous criminals in U.S. history. And today, it's an inescapable tourist experience for those all around the world. Starting back in 1775, a Spanish explorer by the name of Juan Manuel, he discovered the island, mapped it, and named it Alcatraz. At that time, it had a high seabird population and was mostly populated with seabirds, and there was nobody on the island. However, it served as a military prison during the Spanish-American War for American Indian rebels, during the Civil War for Confederate supporters. In the 1854, there was the first lighthouse ever constructed on the West Coast and placed on Alcatraz Island. When I took a visit, I was able to see the lighthouse, but unfortunately it's a reconstructed version. It did need to go through some remodeling in the 1900s. In 1934, the United Department of Justice decided to make it a United States penitentiary. And James A. Johnston was the first warden of Alcatraz prison. There was between 260 to 270 prisoners housed at Alcatraz at any given time. Some of the most notorious names to ever come through were Al Capone, Machine Gun Kelly, Robert Stroud, and Creepy Carpus. Many of the criminals who were housed there were there because they were into the gangster community. They were known as gangsters in our modern society. Kidnapping, extortion, larceny, murder, gambling illegally. There were so many reasons that you could be sent to prison. Someone like Al Capone, who thought he was a big shot, he felt it was a prestigious honor to be sent to Alcatraz, as many other criminals did as well. They felt as if they made it. They were at the foundation of criminals. They were in the top layer of penitentiaries. However, it was a very, very difficult place to escape. Any prisoner who was sent there faced many obstacles. As I said, it's 121 feet above sea level with some very rough waters. Many of the people that were placed there, these criminals, came from law-abiding families. Some from the poor community, but mostly they were law-abiding families who just faced challenges and entered into criminal activity. However, in the 1960s, the prison was shut down. In modern day, in the 1900s, late 1900s, the United States turned it into a national park. It is known as the Golden State National Park. Typically, people feel as if it's haunted. There are many stories between the hauntings of Alcatraz. As an inescapable experience, when I visited Alcatraz, I was able to see the homes where many of the guards and officers lived. I was able to see some beautiful views of San Francisco. I suggest that you plan your visit ahead and you book ahead of time because tickets do book up quick. But it was one of the best experiences of my life. If you disobey the rules of society, they send you to prison. But if you disobey the rules of the prison, they send you to Alcatraz. Would you swim? Would you bring a flashlight? Would you take a tour at night? I suggest you take a visit, but take the ferry and don't try to escape.